Hello, this room has got 7 different hidden light sources in it, and I bet you can't find all of them. I'm Dippy Brother, and I want to help you overcome ugly Torchmageddon. We all need to light up our world so the monsters don't get us, but nobody wants to look at a mess like this. So in this tutorial, I want to show you my favorite tips and tricks for lighting up your worlds in really cool and invisible ways. Let me show you how to light up interiors and outside spaces. And some of these tricks may really surprise you. Let's quickly remind ourselves of some basics. Light levels are really important in Minecraft. Monsters spawn at night if the light level is below 0, and crops keep growing at night if you give them enough light. But it's not always easy to figure out if everything is lit up properly. F3 shows you the light levels, but that's a bit of a faff, so I prefer this overlay by Mini-HUD. So the numbers on the ground that you see in this video show you how well lit up an area is. Red is bad. The good news is there are tons and tons of blocks that give off light. Some are pretty obvious, others maybe not so much. Like amethyst, for instance, and sea pickles. But not all light sources are equally strong. This furnace, for instance, when it lights up a pretty large area. But this redstone torch, not so much. And the humble glow lichen is actually not bad. An enchantment table gives off a surprising amount of light. And did you know sea pickles give you different light levels depending on how many you put on one block? 4 sea pickles give you almost as much light as a torch. A similar thing happens with amethyst buds. The bigger they are, the more light they give you. But weirdly, the blocks they grow on don't give off any light. That's strange. Lava is another light source that is surprisingly strong, so don't forget about that. So there are tons of blocks that give off light, but if you don't always want to look at them, how do you hide them? This is where the blocks behind me come in. These are all blocks that are either transparent or they don't count as full blocks and therefore they let the light through. If we use them cleverly, we can hide the light blocks behind them or underneath them and make them completely invisible. But Minecraft logic isn't always very logical. For instance, this minecart completely hides a light block but lets the light shine through. Shulker boxes, chests and composters look really solid, and yet they let the light shine through too, as do these blocks. And some blocks that you think should let the light through, like the slab, don't. Chests and shulker boxes let the light pass through, but apparently barrels are made of sturdier stuff and don't let the light pass through. What is that all about? Does that make sense to you? Bookshelves block the light. And you'll be surprised to hear, so do lecterns and stonecutters. That doesn't look very solid, does it? And now for the really exciting bit. I'm going to show you some really cool tips and tricks on how you can actually hide your lights. Welcome to my test world, where I've just designed this super cute farm for a friend. And because it's going to be built on the Igniter SMP, I would like it to be properly lit up. So let's make it night, and I'll show you something. Okay, the light levels are switched on so we can see what's going on. You've probably noticed all the lanterns, but they're really not what's lighting up the place at all. They're just for decoration. There are also a ton of hidden light sources. You can't see them at all, but they make sure that no creeper comes sneaking up on us and boom, blows up this beautiful place. We don't want that. Let's start with something simple. Moss carpets. They are absolutely perfect. Dig a 1 deep hole, plonk in any light source of your choice, and a moss carpet on top. This also works for regular carpets, green ones, and for the new pale moss. The green stuff barely shows up on grass or mossy areas, and the grey stuff, well, I would use that if I was like hiding some lights in a stony area maybe? They're barely noticeable. In fact, it adds a bit of variation to these stone paths. Another favorite trick is hiding lights under bushes and mangrove roots. This isn't completely invisible, but it actually looks quite cool. And if it's on the ground, you can even waterlog these things. Let me just turn the shaders off. They're barely visible. But I think this trick really comes into its own when you use it to light up trees. See? There's a light hidden inside. The orange shroom light that you can see through the leaves is the same color as the resin clumps. So if you decorate your tree with some resin and make it look like oranges or autumn leaves, it's practically invisible. Be honest, can you still see the lights? Another favorite of mine is glow lichen. I call it the builder's friend. Not only does it light up stuff, it also gives you extra texture. It blends in almost anywhere. It's magic. And you can even use it to stop vines from spreading to places where they're not supposed to go. Another favorite light block of mine can be hidden in plain sight. It's the glowberry. Glowberries also look great in trees, but unfortunately you can't stick them straight to bushes. But here's a little trick for you. Hide a moss block in your tree and then hang your glowberry from that. And now a little bone meal and we have light. This is useful, beautiful and completely natural. I love it. Another light block that people often forget about is the jack-o'-lantern. It looks exactly like a pumpkin, so if you hide it in a pumpkin patch, it's completely invisible. The only thing that gives it away is the face, but you can avoid that by placing it against another block. So don't place it like this. Place it the other way round, like this. See, now it's completely invisible. You would never know that that's not a pumpkin. Campfires are also a great source of light and they add atmosphere to a place. And if you have a farm or a farming area, composters are an ideal way of hiding lights. Just put a torch underneath them and the light shines through. Perfect! And here's a super cool trick for lighting up your garden. Put a torch down in a hole, then plant a 2-tall flower next to it. And now comes the clever bit. Row a boat over the top of the hole and the flower so that it covers up everything. And now look what you've got. A super cool planter that also lights up your garden. I really love this little hack. You can also hide a light under a cauldron. Look! Would you ever suspect that one of the cauldrons in this barn is a light source? And hoppers are a great way of hiding a light up above. Can you see the hopper in this well? That's where the light source is hidden. Cool, right? And don't forget about the mighty sea pickles. If you have a water feature or a pond in your garden, it's the perfect opportunity to add some extra light in a very discreet way. A friend of mine built this on our build server and it's gorgeous. But what about lighting up interiors? Well, luckily, my friends and I just built this Barbie house. So let's go into all the rooms and discover what hidden light sources we can see. There's a lantern and here are some nicely color-coordinated candles. Lovely, but not hidden yet. What else can we see? More lanterns and a chandelier, nice. And here we have a ladder and end rods as neon lights, that's smart. And here are some super cute chairs made from minecarts and trapdoors, and that gives me an idea. Remember, minecarts let the light through, so let's replace the block underneath with a frog light and then put the minecart back on top like this. Now I just need to remove the rails, so let's take the trapdoor away. So careful, and plop, and it's down. Put the trapdoor back up and we have a perfect illuminated chair. And there you go, a completely hidden easy light source. Now let's check out the guest bathroom. It's through here. And we see nothing yet. Where are the lights? Oh, there, underneath this cauldron here. Okay, and oh yeah, there's an end rod, like a neon lamp. That's good. And I suppose we could have put something behind that painting. So just put a light block in there and then put the painting back up. Hooray! And nothing in here, thank God. Okay, so this must be the best illuminated little toilet in all of Minecraft. Okay, let's go into the hallway. Any more lights? Now, these frog lights are not exactly hidden, so I wonder. How about behind this painting? Yes! Okay, another hidden light source. Amazing. Let's check out the next floor up. I want to leave the downstairs living room because, oh, look at that. Are those loft hatches? No, they're not. They are actually hidden lights behind trapdoors. Amazing. Yeah, so I want to leave the downstairs living room for last because that's got some of the coolest light sources in it. And then after that, I'm going to show you some stuff in my test world. Okay, let's have a look in Elle's bedroom. And what can we see? Nothing, nothing, nothing. Hang on a minute. Was there a trapdoor? Yeah, there's definitely a light behind that trapdoor. Okay. And, oh, look at that adorable mini Elle sitting on the bed and a lantern. I wonder if there's anything hidden underneath those carpets. Nope, nope. Yes, okay. I found another light source under the carpets. That's a classic. Okay, yeah. Right. Oh, candles. Nice. That's a nice touch. Now, I think this is some walk-in closet. Yes, it is. Okay. Oh, and there is an amazing standing lamp. Let's look at it like this. Yeah, that's a nice standing lamp. That is cool. So you can use light sources and make furniture out of it. Cool. That's a very cool room, Elle. Now, let's check out the next room. Now, the next room is the main bathroom. And I'm going to let you have a look around to see if you can discover the light sources in here. Okay. So, what have you seen? You've probably spotted these sea lanterns, which are hidden in plain sight, but they have become an architectural feature, and that's really cool. And yes, trapdoors again. And with so many different styles and types of trapdoors, it's easy to find one that fits into any room. And have you spotted that the trunks of these decorative trees are actually end rods? So that's a nice way of lighting up stuff. Just use it in plain sight, but make it part of something. And this is the shower, and yeah, I don't really think we should be in here. These guys deserve some privacy. And so does Mr. Grumpy Tuck here. He's on the potty, and yeah, we should really give him some privacy, right? Let's move on. This is the kids' room. Let's see if we can find all the light sources. I'm looking, and I don't know. How about we start by lifting this carpet? Okay, nope. Well, oh, there's another carpet. And yes, found one. Okay, so that's an easy one. Okay, let's have another look around. What else is here? Ooh, the bedposts holding up the canopy. They're actually end rods. That's cool. Okay. And there are more of the usual suspects. Trapdoors. I knew it. So, is there anything more interesting in here? I wonder. Okay, nothing here. Maybe. Oh, inside this cupboard. That's cool. Because that means that the doors let the light through, which makes no sense at all. But in Minecraft it does. And yeah, can you guess who built this room? There's a llama in it, so no points for guessing this. This is the room that I built. And now let's head back down and look at the living room that Confused made. This room has a ton of really cool light sources hidden in it, but that's not the end of the tour, because afterwards we're going into my test world where I'm going to show you a lot of really interesting ideas that are not in this building. So check out this aquarium. It's got a light hidden in it. You would barely notice it, right? This super cool grandfather clock has an end rod as a pendulum. And the speaker stands, they're also end rods. Sometimes it's really best to hide things in plain sight and just make them part of the furniture, literally. Up here is a really cool chandelier, but that's not the coolest thing in this room, because this cornice is hiding a light source. You won't really see it until you move up like this. So there's a stair, then there is a light source in the wall, and then there is a half slab. And it just looks like a super cool architectural ornament. That's a neat trick, right? Now let's move into my test world again, where I'll show you some really unusual stuff. Now, this architectural monstrosity behind me is not built to look pretty. I only built it to demonstrate some advanced lighting techniques. So don't judge me, I know it's but ugly. You've seen one of the rooms in this building already, in the intro when I challenged you to find all the light sources in here. But before we go inside, let's look at some creative ideas for illuminated floors out here, because there's more space. Have you ever tried to make a floor out of scaffolding? It's super versatile and you can hide lights under it. You can also put colored glass over the top of your light source, and that gives you a totally different effect. Multicolored floors. Look at that. Or for a stronger pop of color, how about some carpets on top of your lights? And of course you can put all sorts of different light sources under your scaffolding, and that gives you a completely different look again. It's quite a subtle effect and you can customize it in all sorts of ways. Just don't crouch on these floors because, well, as you can see, weirdness happens. But it doesn't hurt you, so that's okay. Lava is another underrated light source. You can put decorative panels of lava in your walls. Just put some glass in front of it to make it work safe. Or put lava in your floor and cover it with something like glass or other see-through stuff. Copper grates look cool on lava and they let all the lights through. You could even make some sort of mosaic or cool oops-a-daisy, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, thank God I'm in creative. Right, so where was I? Oh yes, you could also make some pattern or mosaic with this and then just cover it up with a see-through block. Okay, pop that here, pop that there, and let's have a look at that. Now, I think that looks really nice. That's cool, right? And remember, composters let the light through? Well, with this trick, you can make a composter floor that you can actually walk on. Just fill your composters all the way to the top, to the stage just before the bone meal pops out. You get this cool white pattern. It always looks like some sort of marble tiles. I've scaled this up and made it pretty. I think that's a really cool and unusual floor. And now it's time to look inside the ugly house. Let me play a game with you. Let's see if you can figure out all the hidden light sources in this building before I tell you. This is the ground floor, and I swear to you there is not a single light source on this level, and yet it is completely lit up and safe. So, where is the light coming from? It is not coming from underneath, if that was your guess. These are just chiseled bookshelves. They look cool as a parquet floor, but they don't let the light through. There are no trapdoors or paintings. Everything looks quite solid, but the ceiling, that looks very interesting. So let's have a look upstairs. And yes, these are actually beds, and beds let the light through. So as long as this area is lit really well, the area underneath will be lit at the same time. How cool is that? And you can bounce on this floor. Now have a good look around. How is this room actually lit up? Can you discover it? Well, there's a lantern. That was easy, but can you see anything else over here? Okay, let me show you. Yes, look, there is a light hidden behind the chest. There. And over here is a table lamp with an end rod in it. Okay, that's not new, but there is a massive light source in this room and we haven't even seen it. Let's look at the ceiling. So, is there anything under the trapdoors? No, there isn't. Well, but what about this unusual ceiling? What is it? Let's go upstairs and find out. What looks like that from underneath and is a light source? Oh, hang on, it's a carpet. Okay, I think we need to do some carpet lifting here. Let's see. And oh! Okay, these cauldrons are filled with lava. Lava again! And the light shines through the bottom and lights up underneath and above. And once the carpet is on top of the lava, it's of course completely safe to walk on. So, we are finally back where we started. 7 light sources are in this room, I kid you not. So, can you work out where they all are? Did somebody say carpet? Well, yes of course, I already showed you that one. Check the trapdoor here, you say? Yeah, you got me. Trapdoor, behind the trapdoor. Well done. What do you reckon? Anything here in these corners? Yes, it's a composter and there's a light underneath. What was that behind the picture? Okay, let's check. Yep, you're right. And over here, there's an item frame with a magma block behind it. What else could there be? Something up here, maybe? Oh, yeah. It's the cornice trick I showed you in the living room of the Barbie house. But where is the last light source? There's one missing. What about this ceiling? What is it? Let's have a look. We hardly ever see the undersides of blocks, so... Oh, composters again, and note blocks. Well, the note blocks don't let the light through, but the composters do. How many of the 7 secret light sources did you guess? So now you've seen lots and lots of ideas for hiding light sources inside and outside. Do you feel brave enough to ditch those torches? Throw them away. Go on, be brave, you can do it. There. That's all the torches gone. No more torches. If this video has inspired you, check out some of my other tutorials and give me a little like. Have a hippy dippy day. Bye bye.